Well, I'm back with you once again, the brothers from Harlem with the high school education. You know, I left you guys, we were just getting ready to start making pants because enough of the guys were ready for that. And boy, we were all excited. Oh man, we were excited because now we could make pants, so we thought. It was still a learning process, see, but at least we got a chance. Now in the beginning, the school always furnished you with some fabric to make pants. Well, you know, that wasn't the best of fabric, but what you mainly had to do was get the hang of making the pants before you had to invest in the better fabric yourself. So that means you had to have a hustle in order to get you some money to go buy the fabrics. And I'm going to tell you about some of them hustles that I had later on. But now we're learning how to make pants, and we learn how to make pants, and they always had some kind of little khaki material to start with, or something very inexpensive, because you weren't about to ruin no good fabric learning how to make these pants. So as time went on, we started making pants, and we got better and better, and I got real good real fast, because they didn't understand why I wanted to make pants so bad, because you could live in the other boroughs and see all the Sharp brothers, but you ain't see no Sharp brothers till you see the ones that lived in Harlem. Because Harlem is where all the players and the hustlers hung out because of the Apollo Theater and the happenings. Harlem was really the happening spot for people of color back in my day. Oh, you had Brooklyn, you had the Bronx, you had Queens, and let's just forget about Staten Island. There wasn't nothing happening on Staten Island. And you couldn't go out there anyway, but it was just too difficult to get to Staten Island. But Harlem, the nightlife in Harlem went on 24/7. Now, it wasn't that way. You always hear about New York never sleeps. Oh, yes, it does. But Harlem and other areas, oh, they never slept. There's certain areas in the Bronx that hung out all night long. There were certain areas of Brooklyn that hung out, or just certain areas in each one of the boroughs where there was always something happening. But I got news for you. Harlem, from 110th Street there, Willie Hutch made a song called Across 110th Street. Well, from 110th Street to 155th Street, everywhere was open 24/7, all night long. I don't care where you went, in any one of those neighborhoods, there was something happening. So we were partying now. So after I learned how to make pants, we started going to parties in the Bronx. We started going into parties in Queens. Brooklyn, yeah. Didn't mess with Brooklyn too much, because Brooklyn was so territorial that if you didn't know somebody in Brooklyn in my day, oh, you couldn't just roll up in Brooklyn, especially to go see a girl or to go to a party. Oh, no, 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 no. That just wasn't about to happen to you. So we mainly stuck with the parties in Manhattan. Didn't matter. Mainly in Harlem. Didn't matter. From 110th to 155th Street, you were cool going to a party there. Few parties in the Bronx. But once again, you had to pick the areas that you're going to go to. Because, see, back in those days, you weren't wanted in all the areas of that. Harlem, you were cool. You understand? Queens, you had no problems. We had never had a problem going to a party in Queens. Because by then, we done hooked up with some sisters, and a lot of them lived in Queens. So we had free in and out into Queens, but not Brooklyn. No, 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 not Brooklyn. So now we hanging out. You know, I'm in high school, I'm learning how to make pants. I'm the flyest cat around because I got my tailor-mades on, you understand? Other brothers, now my partners were cool. We were always cool because we were always trying to outdress the next person, see? And now we had started these fraternities when I was in high school. Oh yeah, we had a good time with high school fraternities. So we going everywhere, you know, with these high school fraternities, as I said. And we going to the beach. When the school was out in the summer, we go to the beach. Now we go to the beach, we had our colors on. I talked about that earlier. But when we went to a party, bruh man here had his Tailor mades on. You know, you couldn't tell me anything, because the cats who used to laugh at me now about going to the High School of Fashion Industry, because that's a sissy school, and not much sissies go around there. Well, everybody wasn't no sissy, see. The brothers who went there, especially the ones who did the tailoring, we were the sharpest things in New York back in our day, because that school was noted for the way we dressed, both the brothers and the sisters. If the sisters went somewhere, the ladies were jealous of them, because the sisters were ragging back, and they were wearing the shoes that they wore back then, this modern day look that they have now, or what the sisters wore back in those days. And I'm talking about the 60s, the early 60s. See? So that's how different things were in high school opposed to the high school today. High school today, they wearing jeans, they wearing tennis shoes and raggedy this, and the raggedier you are, the better they think they are. Didn't happen in my day. Everybody dressed. Everybody dressed back then. Even the non-fashion schools dressed, because that's just the way it was. We took pride in looking good back then. I would never wear raggedy jeans or something like that. Never. Didn't then, won't now. But the look was different. High school was so different. And that's why I say, what a high school education. And back then, believe it or not, high school education meant something, because even though I went to the fashion school, High School of Fashion Industry, they had other schools that taught different things that kids could get into and earn a very good living back then. They just don't have them anymore. Well, the term they used to use was trade school. They don't have them like that. But see, the difference with trade schools in New York opposed to other areas, a trade school in New York, the whole school was geared to one specific area. Whereas you had trade schools and they had them in different states and cities back then, but they only had a small segment in a little area that they taught you. So they might have 3 or 4 little segments over here, 3 or 4 little segments in this high school and that high school. Whereas the high schools in New York in those days, the whole school was geared towards the trade. And that's what made them different. So, once again, the brother from Harlem gonna bid you guys a farewell, because the next time that you see my face, I'll be talking about my senior year and how wonderful high school was in my day. So, brother from Harlem with the high school education, signing off with you. Remember, this is James Lee McFarland. This is Josel's son. So, have a good day. Look forward to seeing you again. Bye now.